The harsh truth about people you love, life lessons about expectations and boundaries. Let me tell you a truth most people won't say out loud, a truth that hurts at first, but frees you for life. The people you love the most can hurt you the deepest. Not because they're bad, not because you're weak, but because your expectations of them are stronger than reality. And this is where you learn one of life's most painful lessons. Love does not guarantee understanding. Closeness does not guarantee respect. And good intentions do not guarantee good behavior. 1. The expectation trap. Psychologists at the University of Michigan found that 92% of emotional pain in close relationships comes from unmet expectations, not intentional harm. Think about that. Most of the hurt you carry wasn't caused because someone wanted to break you, but because you expected them to hold you the way you hold them. You expected them to call back. You expected them to apologize. You expected them to care about your feelings with the same intensity you care about theirs. But here's the harsh truth. People love in different languages. People care at different levels. People give at different capacities. Some people simply cannot give you the love you want, not because you're unworthy, but because they are unprepared, untaught, or emotionally unavailable. 2. Love does not require sacrificing yourself. We grow up believing that loving someone means giving them everything, your time, your energy, your emotional space. But love without boundaries is not noble. It is self-destruction disguised as loyalty. According to clinical psychiatrist Dr. Marisa Franco, people who lack boundaries are 70% more likely to experience emotional burnout, resentment, and identity loss. You know why? Because when you give endlessly, people don't think, wow, they love me. No, they start thinking, wow, this is normal. And the moment your giving becomes their baseline, your absence becomes a betrayal. 3. Not everyone you love is meant to stay. Some people come into your life as a blessing. Some come as a lesson, and some come as a warning. But here's the hardest part to accept. Most people you love are temporary. It's not your fault, it's not theirs. It's life. Studies from Stanford University show that the average person will maintain only 3 meaningful, lifelong connections. Everything else, every friend, every crush, every forever, is usually a chapter, not the whole book. But we get hurt because we try to turn chapters into endings and people into promises they never made. 4. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors. People say, I don't want boundaries. I don't want to push people away. But boundaries don't push people away. Boundaries simply filter who's meant to stay. A boundary is not, I don't want you in my life. A boundary is, I want you in my life way, but not at the cost of losing myself. And here's the beautiful liberating truth. The right people don't get offended by your boundaries. They get clarity from them. 5. You teach people how to treat you every time you stay silent, every time you say it's okay when it's not, every time you forgive without conversation, every time you pretend you weren't hurt. You teach them, you can do this to me again. People learn your tolerance before they learn your pain. So if something matters to you, you have to speak it. If something hurts you, you have to express it. Because love is not mind reading. Love is communication. Love is mutual effort. 6. Stop expecting you from others. One of the greatest emotional awakenings you will ever experience is this. You stop expecting people to be like you. You stop expecting the same honesty you give. You stop expecting the same loyalty you show. You stop expecting the same depth you feel. And instead, You start observing people for who they are, not who you want them to be. This is where emotional freedom begins. Because when you stop expecting someone to act like you stop being disappointed when they don't. 7. Loving someone does not mean losing yourself. Here's the truth nobody teaches us. You can love someone deeply and still walk away. You can care intensely and still say no more. You can forgive them and still choose distance. This is not weakness. This is not giving up. This is self-respect, because love without self-respect becomes attachment, and attachment without boundaries becomes suffering. 8. The hardest realization, the most healing one. One day you wake up and realize something powerful. The people you love aren't responsible for your happiness. You are, and suddenly you stop chasing people. You stop forcing connections. You stop begging for effort. You stop sacrificing your peace for approval. Instead, you start protecting your energy. You start choosing who gets access to your heart. You start building connections based on alignment, not loneliness. And that's when everything changes. 9. What you must remember. Let me leave you with the 3 truths that will protect your heart for the rest of your life. 1. Not everyone you love will love you the way you love them. And that is not a failure. It is a lesson. 2. Boundaries are not a sign of selfishness. They are the highest form of self-love. 3. You cannot control how people treat you, but you can control who you allow into your life. 10. And finally, one day you will stop grieving the people who left. You will stop trying to fix the people who don't want to grow. You will stop breaking yourself to keep relationships alive. And on that day, you will understand the real meaning of love. Love is not sacrifice. Love is not suffering. Love is not chasing. Love is choosing someone who chooses you back, without conditions, without confusion, and without pain. That is the truth about the people you love, and accepting it will set you free.